positively. We don't shy away from big conversations. We don't shy away from taking territories. We are audacious in how we approach the things that we do. And that's literally what drives us. And then finally, we help people ignite their potential. It's why you have people that have joined in Success Within International, and then we can see the measurable growth in their lives and how they've been able to expand, scale, and even in their mindset and their results. So that's what we do. That's our mission. We've been on this for a while, over a decade. We've been on this, and we are still fulfilled doing what we do. So I'm going to be moving quickly to the core values, and I'm going to be asking us, and someone share, just mention it. Don't worry, you don't have to give us explanation or anything. Which of the core values do you remember? We have 7 of them, right? And the only hint I'll give you is that we have the acronym SPEED, SPEED. So who's going to take first one, second one, in any order, to be honest? Anybody? I'll call names. Today is not the day to be quiet, so I'll call names. Who wants? AJ, thank you so much. Yep.
Excellent.
Go for it. I was so sure you're going to say excellence. Like excellence just comes like, especially if you've been around the Gobi for a while, you will definitely just know that it becomes like, oh, a no-brainer for it to come to your mind always. Okay, someone else, someone else. Excellence for us is top notch. Yes. Any other person? Come on, come on, come on, guys. Come on, guys. You can even do a guess if you are not aware what we do. Anybody? I'm going to call on names. All right, so we're going to do Isaac. Okay, Fego, I see you're muted, so go for it. Then Isaac, and who else am I seeing here? Rhoda, I see you. And then I'm seeing teams. Okay, so let's do Fego, Isaac, Rhoda, teams. Give us one value each.
I feel I should go to the Instagram page because I'm new here, so I have no idea.
Perfect. Oh yeah. So for you, Fego, because you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Excited to have you here. I just dropped in our website, and then also good idea to go to our Instagram page. Follow. Yes, follow, like, engage, and follow. Amazing. So I'll let it slide for Fego. Isaac.
All right. Has someone said exemplary lifestyle?
No, nobody has. Thank you so much. Exemplary lifestyle. We don't just talk the talk, we show the workings. Yeah. So that's literally what we do at Success Within International. Thank you so much, Isaac. And then next we have Rhoda. I can't remember the other person I called. If you remember, please hand yourself in.
I'll say spirituality.
Thank you so much. I said it at the beginning. We're a very, very faith-based organization. We are not shy about it. We'll talk about it anywhere, right? Spirituality is the core of everything that we do. It drives everything we do. So one more person, Bridget. Thank you.
Excellence and discipline.
Thank you so much. You give us 2. Yes, we have excellence and discipline. For us, discipline is important. It's not just enough to say, oh, we have bright ideas, we make perfect plans. We need to literally put in and stay at it, even when it doesn't look like it. And that's literally evident in the fact that we're still doing this even after this so many years. So yes, thank you so much, everyone. We have passion also that wasn't mentioned. We also have diligence, very important. Then we have synergy, because we understand that if you want to go far, then you should go with a collaboration. If you want to go fast, go alone. But you definitely know that times will come where you would need, collaboration, wisdom, support, and only when you're able to work or synergize with other people are you able to do this. And to be honest, SWE right now is a proof of that. We've had so many passionate people work behind the scene continually to ensure that this vision comes to bear. So I'll go over the values again. 1, we have spirituality, we have passion, we have exemplary lifestyle, we have excellence, we have discipline, we have diligence, and synergy. So that is SWI. I really drop a link to the website. Please go in and catch up on what we do. We do so many things. If all you've attended is the breakfast meeting, we love to have you here. But then we do so many other things also, and we'll definitely love to see your imprint on those grounds also. I know that Fego is joining for the first time. Is there any other person in this room that is joining for the first time? We want to do you're welcome in the name of the Lord. Is there anybody else joining for the first time? Yay! Hi, teams. Perfect. Oh wow, we have quite. Oh wow, good to have you guys on the call.
Yeah.
Uh, Who else? Did I just see someone else?
Okay. Joining for the first time,
Who's that?
Mrs. Alabi.
Oh, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm excited that we have quite a number of people that are here for the first time. And that's because this session is where we get to introduce ourselves and we highlight something about ourselves. So we're going to start with the people that have been here before. Let me open up the participant list so that we can follow the order
Abeg,
here.
come.
So I will start with myself. Basically, all we
Yes,
want to do this session is introduce
wetin
yourself.
she talk?
Oh,
Wetin?
could you please mute your mic? Who's
This
that?
one.
Regent.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, let me help with that.
Abeg, come.
Mimi, could you help with
This boy
that,
wey
please?
no
I
wan
can
get
do that
food.
from my end. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start off. We're going to just have your name, what you do, and something you're looking forward to in this session. So I'll start. Then we're going to move to Glorious Isaac Ayo. So I'm Success Ishala. I've introduced myself earlier. I am a project manager and also an intentional living coach. And in this session, I'm looking forward to meeting people, hearing from people, and then also practicing my own communication. I started already, so I got a head start on that. So that's what I'm looking forward to in today's session. So going over to you, Glorious, your name, what you do, and then what you're looking forward to in today's session.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Emma Femi. I'm a social media freelancer manager and also a master student. I'm looking forward to expressing myself better in the midst of people, especially online. Offline, I do a good job at that, but online, most times I'm always very unserious with it. So I look forward to getting better on that.
Thank you very much, Glorious. At least that your soprano voice will definitely come to good use in today's session. So, Isaac, over to you, then Ayo.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm
Hi.
Isaac. I'm a product manager, a car content creator, and exotic car rental plug. So I'm looking forward to practicing my communication skills well enough to improve. Right? Yeah, I want to get better at it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that today.
Thank you very much, Isaac. You definitely will practice. Bolu, you heard Isaac. Put him on the spot. All right, so Ayo, Ogaba, you can type in the comment section. Then we have Elizabeth's phone. I think that's Mrs. Salade, right? I'm not sure. So Ayo, go first. Then we'll have Elizabeth's phone.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Fumbi Ayomide Aladisami. I am a business psychologist and the assistant general manager at the Masters Palace Investment Limited, an organization that produces communion materials, that's communion bread and communion wine. I am very excited about today's session. I saw the flyer online and saw that the facilitator was my roommate in uni. I'm really looking forward to this session. And as a leader, I'm always excited to learn. I also asked some of my team members to join in today's session so that we can all learn to be great communicators at work. So I'm excited. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And definitely love that. I see you guys. Come on, that's how you root for people your own. All right, so that's amazing. Good to have you here. Ogabayo says he's a project consultant looking forward to learning. Ogabayo, you call him Ogabayo. Well, his actual name is Adebayo Ajayi. He's the founder of Success Within International and is super excited for him to be here. So I'm not giving professional treatment because of that. He's all the way in Canada and it's like 4 o'clock or something where he is. That's why. So just be aware. So every other person, you don't have an excuse. So right, let's go quickly to the next person. Elizabeth's phone, then we'll take Fego and AJ.
Hello, everyone. My name
Hello.
is Mrs. Alabi. I'm here to support the group in prayer always. That is why I'm here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Mrs.
All
Alabi,
right.
the mother of Boluwatife
Yes, Ma.
Alabi.
I'm already renaming. You see, I've renamed it. Give honor to whom honor is due.
Thank you.
So good to have you here, Ma. Thank you so much. I'm loving the support in the room. Oh my God. Love it. Good morning, Ma. All right. So we'll go to Fego and then AJ.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Fegor, Ogene Fegor Edegbo, actually. I was part of the group when I was in Covenant, but left afterwards. Currently, I'm a physician. Why did I join the meeting today? I'm a very reserved person, and I want to work on my communication, improve in communicating because I do that a lot in my job, and also I believe in making impact by communicating. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Fego. And you just have this calming effect on your voice. Like it just immediately calms the room. So good to have you here. This is always home, and we're happy to have you. AJ, you can go for it. I see how you snuck that thing in there. I'm going to drag you later. So, AJ, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Emmanuel Ajalia. I am a sales executive and as well as a project manager. Today I'm looking forward to um, learning more on communication as part of my work in terms of closing deals, managing projects and all. It's communication is a major part of it. So I'm just looking forward to a good time and ensuring I up my skills in terms of communication. So sorry, my voice, I'm not feeling too good, but yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that's fine. Bless you. All right. So please take care of yourself. Ayo, I see your response. I crew for the facilitator. Like Bolly came with you learn from her, right? That also helps to boost your confidence when you're communicating, when you have people rooting for you. So thank you so much, Ayo. I see you. We have Rhoda Unika, and Teams. Rhoda.
I'm sorry. Hi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rhoda. I work in healthcare recruitment and well-being, and I'm a mental health first aider as well. Um, sorry, lost my train of thought. Um, what am I looking forward to in this session? I'm looking forward to speaking more confidently and sense that you are in the UK, the British people have a very surface level kind of communication, right? And I realize that I'm getting to become that surface level communicator as well, which naturally I'm not because I'm a welfare person. So how to go back to, being a more deeper communicator rather than just surface level conversation and then you're forgetting what you spoke about 5 minutes after. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you so much, Rhoda. I totally get where you're coming from. And then definitely we're going to have opportunity to explore today. So Onyeka, please introduce yourself. Then we go to Jumi. Teams, I would assume that you are currently in the surgical room operating a body right now. That's why you can't mute your mic, because that's the only excuse I would take from you not to unmute your mic. So Onyeka, introduce yourself. All right, okay, fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Good
please
morning.
introduce.
Good morning from here. So, well, I was not even planning to join, but I just saw the notification like, oh God, it's been so long that I've been to Success Within International. So, and because my job has really taken so much of my time, so I said, oh, let me connect with my people, network again. Like, so where I'm a medical doctor by profession, so I'm also a cyber security analyst. So, well, I'm just here to reconnect with my people, network, and also learn to communicate properly. And just learn one or two things this morning in this morning section. So I hope I get to learn from you people. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm open to more communication and networking from the group of people here. So that is it for
Thank
me.
you. Such a combo. Combine medical, being a medical doctor with cybersecurity. Well, are you trying to carry on the way that's remaining in the economy? What's happening? Like, very interesting combo. All right, so we have Jumi, Folashade Jumoke Adebayo, Executive Directors at D Masters, Executive Directors at D Masters Invested Limited. Okay, apologies for. Okay, so I think at this moment we have Folashade Jumoke Adebayo, Executive Directors at D Masters. Okay, so sorry for that. Yeah. So we have Folashade Jumoke Adebayo, Executive Directors at D Masters Investment Limited. Looking forward to learn and connect. Okay. So who else do we have? Oh, Oluwaseun. Oh, so nice to have you here. So please introduce yourself. Then we have Temi Tope. Then we are done. Yes, I think we've already taken every other person. If I missed you earlier, please raise your hand. So Oluwaseun, please introduce yourself, your name, what you do, and why you're here. Then Temitope, your name, what you do, and why you're here. And then we'll move right into the crux of today. We have 2 minutes to wrap this up. Try to check something there. All right, so Oluwaseun, waiting for you. Please introduce yourself, your name, what you do, and what you're looking forward to in the session. And then Temitope also get ready to run us through that quickly so that we can move in. Oh, I miss Mimi. Olamide Olopade, brand management professional. Looking forward to learning to communicate confidently as it's a critical part of her job. To be honest, I even feel like, especially in this age where we're in, almost every role literally banks on communication, whether it's internal or external. So definitely is a very core part of what we should prioritize. So Temi Tape, I see you're muted. Go for it.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Kemi Tokwe. I'm an IT project manager, and I'm here basically to be able to say the right thing when it is needed, because I can go off, yeah, and also to understand how to leverage my communication to understand the how will I put it, emotional intelligence, like something like that. Because I need to be able to control myself and also control the people around me, being a project manager. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, Temitope. Definitely. We always say it. Project management, you communicate. So you definitely have to learn that. Okay, so at this time, we've actually run out of time for this segment, and we should be moving on to the next segment. If you've not introduced yourself, I saw that Joe just joined in. So type in what you do, your name, what you do in the comment section. If I missed you, in the course of the introductions, please type in your name, what you do in the comment section. And for every other person, you can easily just, check in, reach out. Now you know the people in the room. You can actually just network and maximize the people you have here. So at this moment, Without further ado, I'm going to be introducing our facilitator for today, right? Bolu Alabi is going to be facilitating this session, and you can see that she did not come alone. She came with prayers, she came with hype women and hype men in the room. And I think it's just super exciting. And I think it says a lot and it's a lesson for us to learn. She's also an amazing executive of Success Reading International, a very solid one. So at this moment, I'll hand over to Bolu. The stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Labadiena, in the language that I speak here. Thank you for joining this program today. I'm super, super excited to see the people that have joined in. My Hive crew, Success Within International executives, and everyone here. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, glorious, good everything. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so sorry I have a flu, but I would be very, very happy if you would engage me today. You listen, you ask questions as we go ahead today. So without further ado, I heard everything that everybody has said today, their expectations, and believe me, your expectations will be met before the end of this session. And if you have any questions, please write it in the chat below. And I need to give you heads up. This is going to be a very, very interactive session. I'm going to try as much as possible to make it very fun. We're going to have a session where you would be able to practice how to speak confidently as well. I hope you can all hear me. Please give me a thumbs up if
Yes,
you can hear
ma'am.
me. Yes, thank you
Loud and
so
clear.
much for that. I am super pumped, honestly. And I'm going to be sharing my screen in a second. Give me a moment. 1 second. 1 second, please. Today we are going to, like I said, we're going to be able to speak fast and confidently. If you watched my video, my sister still hypes me yesterday. She said, "Are you sure I'm going to be able to speak about any topic at all?" And I was like, "Sure, don't worry, just join. It's going to be very easy, and we are all going to see for ourselves. So please give me a second. I try to fix this before joining. I'm not sure what's going on. 1 second. Where are you? Yeah, I got it. Please let me know if you can see my slide. Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And like I said, I'm going to be teaching you on a very, very simple framework that can help you to speak confidently. I would also tell you the importance of why this framework is important. But before we go ahead, please help me drop in the chat a number that relates to you. Like if you dare speaking on the spot, please write 1. If you're okay about speaking to people, but you ramble sometimes, please write 2. If you think that you're a guru, you're high up there, you're pretty confident about everything, please write 3 in the comment section. Okay, I see we have a number of people. Some people are gurus. Zeke said so, said he's pretty confident. Okay, Aya said she's approaching 3. Nice. Fego said 2. Zeke said 2. 7, 8, 9. I'm not sure what that is. Success said 2. Adibaya said 2. Gloria said 2. Tolulope said 2. All right. Thank you very much for your feedback. So before the end of this program or before the end of this session, you are going to learn one thing or the other. I wanted to say amen, but let's just move ahead. Yeah, Timmy said she's in between 2 and 3, depending on the audience. That's fine. we have a mixed crowd, and I'm so happy that everybody's here. But like I said, before the end of this session, we would learn 18 or two. All right, so let's go straight into it. Like I said, we're going to have 4 things we're going to do, right? I've welcomed you, I've set the scene, and the second thing we're going to do is I'm going to teach you on a framework. This framework that I've been talking about since. What is this framework about? What is this framework about? What is it? What is it? Okay. I'm going to be teaching you that. And the third thing we are going to do today is we are going to be speaking live, and I'm going to be giving feedback as well. I'm going to have volunteers, and I'm going to also pick people randomly as well. Trust me, it's going to be fun. The topics are very random and they are very interesting, and I think you would like it. And finally, the thing that we're going to do is you're going to leave with something that you can use anywhere you are, be it in the corporate space, be it when you're having talks with your friends, anything. Trust me, you'll be able to speak about anything. So please, again, in the comment section, help me write which one is familiar to you, which scenario is familiar to you. I think Rhoda said something about he talks and then being in the UK space, and then, sometimes you lose your train of thoughts. I will not lie, I am part of it. Sometimes I start to talk and then I lose my train of thoughts, not because I don't know what to say, not because I'm not intelligent, but it just flies over the window. So please tell me in the comment section which one of them sounds familiar to you. Okay. Please, can you hear me?
Very
Yes,
well.
very well.
Okay. I thought I was speaking to myself. All right. Onyeka says, oh, Zeke said so, said too. I believe that you have a great idea, but you can't pass your message across. Rhoda says 3, you speak halfway, but you lose your own thread. Success within international says 2, you have a great idea. Okay. Can we have more responses?
Wow.
Okay, Isaac says 3 as well. You speak, but halfway through you lose your thread. Okay, sometimes 3, sometimes 2. Tim says 3. Okay. Adebayo said 2 most times. Are you sure? Ogabi, are you sure? I don't think so. Aya says 2. Aya, are you sure? I have really top executives here, and they are saying 2. I'm not sure why they are picking 2. Are they trying to be very, very
Very
humble?
helpful.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for the feedback. Thank you so much. And I just want us to know that this happens to, like I said, it happens to the best of us. There are certain times where you have something great you want to talk about. If you are somebody like me, that when I want to go to bed, I do a wrap up of the whole day. I start to think about, I should have said that. Oh, I should have said that. Oh, I should have said this. Trust me, before I then sleep. And there are some people that, once they hit their head on the pillow, sleep takes them off. Trust me, it happens to me. It happens to the best of us. And I want you to know that when these type of things happen, it doesn't mean that you are not intelligent. It doesn't mean that you are not smart. What happens generally is that we are trying to do so much at the same time, right? We are trying to impress the audience. You are trying to sound smart. You are trying to make sure that you do not make any mistakes. And trust me, it's normal. But when you do all of that, you put yourself under a lot of pressure, and then your brain starts to think about what to process. I wrote something down here. I said, if you do not have a structure, your thoughts will just come out as they appear. It will not come out as though it makes any sense. It will just come out like like a rash sentence. If you are somebody like me, that sometimes you have something to say, or you do not like silence. We are having a conversation and then there's a silence that happens mid conversation, and you are starting to feel like you're overthinking it. You're saying, is it that what I said before does not make sense to them? Is it that you are already overthinking, you are overworking your brain, and that way you just babble, you just start to say so many things, you start to give information that nobody even asked you. And I always say this thing, that sometimes less is more. You just have to just keep it simple. Honestly, this life is very, very simple. You have to keep your thoughts, you have to keep your opinions, whatever you want to say, you have to keep it short and you have to keep it simple. It saves us a lot of stress, trust me. So, one second, I have something on my. Oh, somebody shouts taking a Lord, yeah, because I don't know what's going on now. One moment. I'm not able to change my slide. I'm not sure why that is going on. All right. God pass everybody. So the next slide is, why does structure matter? Structure matters because if you do not have a structure, your clarity drops, right? Like I mentioned, you just start to babble here and there. Your attention fades. You have good ideas, but you are babbling instead, and people miss the main points. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to seem like the person that is having low self-esteem because you feel like when you want to say something in a meeting, especially for those of us that are in the diaspora, you have to now, you don't want to say anything because first there might be a language barrier, or second, they'll be like, you talk too fast, I don't know what you're talking about, that kind of thing. So the reason why structure matters is because it helps you land your idea clearly. People stay engaged, you sound more confident, and then you also are able to make decisions very fast because, like you said, you have a structure. You know that this is what you're going to see, this is what you're going to say, this is what you're going to say, and then you land at your point. So next slide. This is the tool we have been waiting for. This is the moment we have been waiting for. Meet prep. Prep is a framework that helps you to speak on any topic, and it helps you to get instant clarity on the points when you want to have a conversation. So this works when you are having a job interview, when you have meetings, when you are even with your friends and you guys are just yapping. Trust me, it helps you. So I'm going to take us through this framework and explain what it is quickly before we go to the excuse me, the interactive session. So the first P stands for points. This is the place where you start with your answer. You lead with that same answer, but you do not build up. So take, for instance, if you have to speak about a topic and maybe you don't know what to say, the first thing you say is, one second, the first thing you say is, this is what I'm thinking. Or my point is, when you say this is what I'm thinking, even if you go, take for instance, if you go for like a debate or something and you have to speak on your feet, they give you time to actually put your thoughts together before you eventually speak. Nobody is expecting you to act like a machine. So you have to give yourself, you also have to give yourself grace. That's okay. I might not know everything, but this is what it is. So you start with, oh, this is what I'm thinking. My point is, I know you might say, okay, what if I'm talking with my friends? What would I say? This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you can actually use it when you're talking with your friends, to be honest, because it helps you, it helps you to wire your brain, and your brain automatically creates a structure. Trust me, this whole framework is tested and trusted, and it is science that works. And I promise you, if you use it in your day-to-day activity, you would see the difference. I had a friend also laugh with me and say that, this one that wants to go and talk, hey, our communication is going to be very structured. I said, trust me, we are all learning. It's a work in progress. If you do not practice it and practice it and practice it, you might not eventually see the point of it. So the second acronym here is R. It says reason. And reason is where this is where you give your why. You give the reason behind your points. If you say, okay, um, if you say something like, oh, I want to do something, the reason why, okay, so your next point, going by the example I give, if you said, here's what I'm thinking, if you give your points, the next thing you say is, the reason why I said that, or the reason why I think this is correct is because, and then you say your points. The second thing is E, which stands for example. This is the place where you make your points very concrete. You can give a story, you can give an example. So say something like, oh, I remember when I went to this place. Oh, for instance, at 10 o'clock, I think I want to do this kind of thing. Or when I go to school, I will be able to do this kind of thing. Like, it helps you drive your points and it makes it concrete. Then the last P is points. This is where you circle back and then you close with your original points very strongly. So you say, I'm going to give an example of a certain topic, but I just want to summarize this now. So you say your points, you give your reason, you say the example. In the example, you give a story or you like say give a situation, and then the last thing you say a point. Very simple, very, very simple, very simple. Just these 4 points. When you even think about it, it helps you to structure your thoughts, and then your thoughts translates to what comes out of your mouth. I read something recently about someone shared something about excuse me, shared something about how in the society that we are in now, our thoughts are not original. And I thought about it and I said, actually, if you think about it, everything we see is edited. Everything, the contentification of everything is just so much. People are giving us edited versions of their life, and everybody is having a strong point. And people forget that two truths can actually exist, you know. And my own point of view might be different from your point of view because we grew up differently. We have different exposures. We grew up in different environments. The people around us, the things I read, the things you read, it's honestly different. And then I started to think about the fact that actually one of the reasons why people do not, talk clearly is because they are scared of what people will say. You're scared of being cancelled on social media. You're scared of what the comment section might say because you don't want anybody to drag you, especially on TikTok. If you go and say something, yes, if you go and say something there, the comments would just, keep you off balance. But I just want you to know that if you have this structure and if you have it in mind that every thought and every opinion that I say actually does matter. You won't be afraid to say anything. There are no wrong or right answers.
And even the
Uh,
year, my dearest, better sleep.
Sorry, could you please unmute your mic? Or could you please mute your mic? I meant. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm going to give a simple example, right? I don't recommend that you do this at work. Oh. It's not me, oh, please. Take for instance, we have a topic like, should meetings have agendas, right? And you want to use this framework, this prep framework, and then you start to think about, oh, what do you want to see? Or you've been attending meetings, I don't know if you're in, well, I'm not, I don't have that experience, but I think I've had prior experience in Nigeria. Sorry. No, no hustle. People working in Nigeria. I had this particular manager that, for some reason she just call us. We will be working, she just call us. Everybody stand up, stand up, stand up. Let's talk. Why is your KPI not high? Why is your this thing not high? And there's no point. There's really no agenda. You just want to just save face. And then, of course, it will keep everybody off balance. Everybody will now start to babble. We don't know what to say. So, getting back to this topic, should we have meetings? Should meetings have agendas? The first point we say is yes. I think meetings should have agendas because we should plan meetings, efficiently. And the reasons why we should plan meetings is so we do not waste time, we do not waste our energy. And if you want to give an example, you say, like the example I gave about my former manager, no shade to her. She had good intentions, but I mean, there was no structure. Like, why are we just having random meetings without knowing what we are going to talk about? Last week, you can give an example and say, well, last week we had a meeting that could have lasted, it shouldn't even, you don't even need to even create a meeting link. You can just call me and tell me, okay, what is this? I will move ahead. We don't need to, have, create a Google Meet because we want to talk about something. You can always drive your points without having to, you know, beat around the bush. And the last thing you say is the reason why I think this is because it makes us more efficient. That way, if I know that this meeting is going to last for 5 minutes, I'm able to structure and plan my work around what I'm going to do at work today. And then I know after that meeting, I'm going to, go back to my work. It keeps me structured and it makes me very productive. That's a very simple framework. Okay, I've been talking for a while. Please write in the comment section again, in the comment chat or in the chat box, however you call it. Please write for me and tell me which one of these steps do you think people miss, or which one of these steps is the one that you find hard to do. I will be in the chat box. The example, Ayo, yeah, being concise with the first P, actually. Okay, more responses, more responses. Can you hear me still? Yeah, the first P, the first P, the first P, AJ, yes. Starting with the main idea, actually. I agree with you. I agree with everyone. Actually, the first point is where the whole issue is, like having to drive your points. Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. But we are going to fix this. I gave you a promise. We are going to fix this and we will fix this here and there. So the example I gave about, still about the example I gave about should meetings have agendas. I said, if I were to give that kind of, if I were to speak to somebody about it, I'll say, yes, every meeting should have one, right? And the reason why I think every meeting should have one is because conversations drift and nothing gets decided. And if you give an example, you say, oh, last week, there was a 45 minutes call that was scheduled on my calendar, but we only needed 10 minutes for that. Why, this and that, straight to the point. There was no agenda. At the end of the day, we didn't have any outcome. So at the end of the day, I think that we should need to have an agenda because it is very important. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Hello.
Do we have any questions so far?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
But I don't know who is speaking, please. Can you
I
please tell
am
me?
Temitope. I'm Temitope.
Hi, Temitope.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so far. So what I just wanted to ask is, for interviews, they are always like use the STAR techniques.
Yeah.
So this prep technique as well, can it also be used? Is it similar? Because I can see that the points from prep, you start with the points, which you said you give the answer. So for STAR technique, you first of all give the situation before you even give them the outcome. So can prep as well still, like if someone wants to use this technique for the STAR, does it still give the value? Or it
Definitely.
works for the corporate space?
Yes, thank you so much, Temitope, for that question. It actually does work as well, and I'm going to give you an example for that. STAR, prep, and there's another one I can't remember now. That's helps you. There are frameworks that help you to structure your thoughts when you want to speak about anything. But we'll get to that in a bit, right? Thank you so much for that question. Bolanli said car. I'm not sure I understand that. Please tell me what you mean by that. So we'll go to the next slide now, and I really cannot wait to actually hear you guys speak about certain topics. So, following the question that Temitope asked, this is one thing I wanted to speak about. When do we use prep? You use prep when you are giving opinions, when you're trying to share your views in a meeting or in a discussion. You give prep when you're trying to explain your ideas, when you're trying to pitch a concept, you use prep when you're answering questions, and you use prep when you're making suggestions. So definitely you can use prep when you are trying to pitch your ideas. So like Temitope said, talking about interviews, of course, you can use it when you're trying to explain yourself, pitch an idea, when you're trying to pitch yourself to somebody, right? So now we have come to the point where I will need you to try this, right? So here's how it's going to work. I will give you a random topic. I myself, I don't know what the topic is about. Trust me. I'll give you a random topic, and you would have to speak for 1 minute using prep, and then you get feedback right after. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. There's no judgments. Nobody's giving you a scorecard that this year the best of. We are just trying our hands on something different, and we are trying to learn from each other, right? And I want you to understand that there's no pressure, okay? So before I go to that, I want to be sure that everybody understands the framework. Please, if you do not, let me know so I can give a point or yes, thank you, Bola. Bola said car, yes, the context, action, and results. Yes, all of these frameworks are used to help you communicate confidently and clearly. So do we have any feedback, any drawback, something? 1 minute is a long time. You think so? Okay. Okay. You can finish under 1 minute. If you are a fast talker, you can finish under 1 minute. But the point is, and that's another thing, there's no need for rushing. The point is, are people able to understand what you are trying to say? The message you are trying to tell me, do I understand it? As I'm listening to it, do you understand what you just said? Do you understand? So, are we ready? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Please let me know. Give me a reaction if you are ready, if you understand this, and if you are ready to go to the next thing. More reactions, please. Thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bring it on. Oshay, Thomas is our games master. Please, if you need to organize any event and you need a games master, Thomas is that guy. It's your guy. So, Thomas, there's no prize here. Okay. Just FYI, there's no prize here. Okay, so let me go to my slide. So now we are going to pick like random topics. I think I would have to share my screen again. I would have to stop sharing and share my screen again because you have to go to this website. And again, I need to mention that this website is very, very, very useful. I stumbled on it few while I was trying to prepare for this as well, and it was very, very helpful. 1 second. Oh, yes, this is it. Okay, this is where we are going to use to practice. And this resource is very, very good because it also has like for people that want to, prepare for interviews, you can see this is another framework as well that you can use the past, the present, and the future. this is the prep we talked about, and this is the star that Temitope talked about, right? You can also use it to, prepare for interviews as well. I would drop the link in the comment section so that you can, if you need it to practice for any exam, or I said exam, any interview that you have, you can also use it. I find it very, very, very useful. Please, can somebody say something? I feel like I'm just talking to myself.
Say something.
Thank you.
In the screen that you were mentioning, I think you were showing something.
Okay. Yes.
We are
Thank
only
you
seeing
for
the
that.
getting your topic. Yeah.
All
The slide.
right. Thank you so much. It shows that people are paying attention. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will stop sharing that now and share what I want you to see. Okay, can we see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Thank you so much. So I think I need to go over it again. I said I came across this resource that was very helpful. You would see as we go along the line, it helps you to pick like random topics that you can speak about. It also helps you for interview preparations. If you have, the questions they ask during interviews, and it also shows how you can use the frameworks to speak about it. This resource was created by somebody that she's trying to improve her, her speaking skills, her communication skills, and she just came up with this, and now I'm using it. And now, how many people do we have on this chat? A lot of people are using it. Value, impact. Okay. So do we have any volunteers that would like to go? I think I need like 5 volunteers or 3 volunteers.
I think I want to try.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know who is speaking.
That's
Hi.
What's
the
your
topic.
name? Can you please indicate show of hands, please?
Okay.
Temitope, thank you. Success. Number 5. Why do you want to pick number 5? Success. Okay. We'll go with Temitope. Grace. Okay, no worries. So Temitope, then we
Hi.
go. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Who's speaking?
No. Please go ahead. I was just like, why am I the first person? But let's do it.
Don't worry. First, you shall be the first and not the words. I said the
Last.
last. Thank you. So, Temitope will go first. Then we have Rhoda, then Fego, then Thomas, and then Success. If we have more time, we can take other people, but let's go right into it. We pick random topics. Okay, can you still see my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay, Temitope, please tell me what's under this. What category would you like? We have random. We have one pitch, hot takes, millennial, Gen
Let's do
Z.
Gen
What would
Z.
you like to speak about? What
Let's do
category? I mean,
Gen Z. Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So we're gonna pick randomly. Okay. So your topic is it worse to be left unread or get a thumbs up reaction? This is quite interesting.
Is it
Please let
worse
me know when you're ready so I can set the timer.
It was to be left or right?
Yes. Can you see? It says
Yeah.
Is it worse to be left unread or get a thumbs up reaction? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The time starts now.
Wait. Okay. Please.
Okay.
Okay. So, the question is it worse to be left unread or give a reaction? So my point is, No. Oh, sorry. Is it worse? Yes, it is. It is worse. And the reason is because you don't know what the person needs you for at that moment. So the person might need you to, talk, give a positive feedback, just talk so that the person can know how to continue whether the session or yeah. And the example is I think I gave an example before the reason. So example is okay, let's say for instance, I am in a session like this and you are talking as you are giving us this session and you are asking us to give reactions, to talk, and nobody's telling you anything, like giving you feedback. So you don't know if you are communicating or if we're hearing you. So it's affecting negatively. Yeah. So the point is, yes, we should it is worse to give it is worse to be left unread or sorry.
No
Did I say
worries, Temitope. Thank you so much. You actually did very well, and you passed your message across. But the structure, I think you kind of mixed it up. But this was a
yeah.
very good try. You,
Thank
if
you.
I heard you correctly, you said
Yeah.
you said yes, that is was to be left unread, and then
Yeah.
you gave the reason, which is
Mm.
what if somebody needs you, right?
Yeah, that
And
time. Yeah.
then the example was if you are, like we are in
Like the
this
session.
session now, and then you
Yeah.
give your points. Very
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
So what I would want you to do is just, you don't say so much. Just ta ta ta.
Okay.
Very easy.
Direct.
Like
Just
it
direct.
helps you. Yes. So well
Okay.
done, well done, well done,
Thank
well
you.
done, well done. So the next person we have is I think Fego. Yeah. Yes, it should be Fego.
Yeah, I can go next.
Yeah. Hello, Fego.
Hi, Bolu.
Please give a clap for the people that are volunteering, no, because it's not easy. The pressure, like Success said, the pressure is so much. So give them encouragement in the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I think I was. Rhoda, it's too late. I'm so sorry. It's too late. It's too late. Thank you so much, Bayo, for putting this off. Thank you so much. So you can always go back to the comments section to see the framework in it. All right. The next person we have is Fego. So Fego, please tell me what category you would like to speak on. And if you're a
Well,
bad guy, tell me if you want medium or hard, random. Yeah, a top
please
guy
let's
like
leave
that.
it as easy.
All right. So leave it at
Um,
easy.
let's try general.
General. All right. 1 second. I would spin. All right. So your topic is the shoe that hurts but looks good. This is actually interesting. You are choosing beauty over pain. Please let me know when you're ready.
I, I'm not ready, but I think I'm ready. Let's start.
Okay. I'll start the timer. Okay. Ready?
The yes,
All right. Let's go.
the shoes that hurt but looks good. That's an interesting point. I would say the shoes that hurt but looks good is um it's always, oh my god. Give me a
Take your
second.
time.
The shoes that hurt but looks good. It's always, I'll say yes, going for the shoes that hurt but looks good. I wouldn't go for that because the reason is you are the one putting on the shoes and you get hurt, and um yes, other people may see that it looks good, but you're the one hurting behind the scene. An example would be, let's say you are in a toxic relationship. Everyone thinks you're good outside, but then inside you're being beaten, you're being slapped and all of that. So that's the reason why I would say don't go for the shoes that hurt but looks good.
Wow, Fego. Wow, that was a very interesting take. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Please, reactions, thumbs up. It's not easy to speak about subjects like this and see how she, decided to give us a life lesson. Don't be in a toxic relationship. Don't be hurting and be smiling. That was a very brilliant one. Thank you so much, Fego, for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. The third person we have, I think Rhoda. Rhoda, are you still volunteering or you're
Is it
unvolunteering?
my turn? Okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, let's do
I will
this.
do. Sorry, can I see the?
Yeah. You would do which category?
Hmm.
Why is nobody?
I cannot roast
Why
any
don't you want
popular
to pick
thing.
this? Explain like I'm five. It's very easy. I don't know.
All right,
They're
let
very interesting
me.
takes.
I'll do conspiracy con. Sorry,
Really?
my repetition. Okay. Hot takes. Just because I
Hot
have very weird
takes.
hot takes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I think I would actually choose this as well. Okay. Let's spin. Okay. So your topic is people who back into parking spots are showing off. This is
Jesus
actually
Christ.
funny.
Okay.
Do you
I agree.
understand? You
Yes, I
agree?
do.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. 1 second. Your time starts now.
Okay, so I have a very hot take, and I think people who back into sports are showing off. Because tell me why you can easily go from your front, make it easy for other people, but no, you have to go forward first, reverse back, and enter into that spot, keeping the rest of us waiting at the back. So I think it's just a sign of pride that, oh, I can do better than you can, which again tells to the kind of personality and life you're living. You're probably carrying a Chanel bag that you cannot afford. But yeah,
Wow.
who is asking? But yeah, I personally think, for example, I just did my driving test, and the one thing I failed was reverse parking. So that should tell you that reverse parking is a hard thing to do. So you coming and showing off when you can just go from your front is, yeah, it's quite emotionally distressing for me. And again, I point that people who back into the parking spots are showing off. Thank you.
Wow. Thank
Sorry,
you so much.
sorry. I had to be a
Thank you
hater.
so
I'm
much.
sorry.
Sorry, Rhoda, are you a Jersey?
No, yes.
Oh,
I'm borderline
you're
1997.
better
I
line.
don't think I
Okay.
am.
Okay. It actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for your hot takes. Does anybody have any feedback for Rhoda? So it's not just me that I'm giving the feedback. Do you think she did something well? Do you have any feedback for her? Ogabayo says Rhoda for president. But since Rhoda is a millennial, I said she enjoyed that a lot. Wow. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any feedback? Rhoda hates professionally. She hated professionally. All right.
Sorry, it's
Rhoda,
my
see,
online
people are giving you
personality. It's
good
not the real
feedback.
me. Thank you guys. I'm
All
shy.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rhoda, for that. It was quite good. To be honest, everybody who has spoken on this call, you guys are really killing it. And I hope that you can actually put this. It's even possible that you people are doing it already in your conversations, but you're not even aware of it. But I hope that this would give you like more insight into how to structure your conversations very well. All right. We have Thomas and we have success after. Thomas, are you ready? T Max, Games
Please, can I
Master.
go after success? Someone is making a call here, and my speaking will disturb it.
Okay. Success, are you okay with that?
Nice one.
Yeah,
Nice
I
one.
am.
Nice one.
All right, success. Thank you for being a leader. Show your
Giving up
leadership
my
too.
spots. Okay, it's fine.
All right. So what category would you like?
I think I'll just maintain the same odd take. Um, yeah, let's
All right.
just do that.
All right. Let's do that. We spin. Brunch is just an excuse to say they drink. Wow, this is so fun. Are you ready?
Yes,
Are you
I'm
ready?
ready.
All right.
Yes.
Your time starts now.
The way I see this is not correct in any way, especially coming from the point of view of a foodie that I am, right? what we should look at is not necessarily the window of what a brunch is. Rather, we should look at what we are taking within that window. Yes, it can be abused, but the concept you should be looking at instead of scrapping it out as an excuse is how exactly do you purposefully push in your brunch to be effective for your overall health, for even your weight goals, whether it's weight loss or weight gain, depending on what it is. So I believe that brunch is a very core part to really help, if it's well planned, to be really help, a person to well fill out those gaps that it could as well just be random about. But if you have like that window, that works. So with this, I am very, very strong on brunch is definitely something that should not just be there in your calendar or as something that happens, but you should definitely plan for it. Make it healthy, actually. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Success. You were even under 1 minute and you were able to drive your point. Giving your stance from a foodie perspective, other foodies will definitely agree with you on this. But please, if you drink responsibly because you shouldn't be drinking in the afternoon, in my opinion, though. But thank you so much. If you are going to have to, have drinks, make it healthy. Thank you so much. Healthy? Are you on a healthy line? Success?
Yes, we're making very deliberate efforts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Well done. Thank you so much. So, Thomas, can we have you now?
All right. I might not be able to speak so loud. Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly. Very clearly, Thomas.
All right. Awesome then.
All right.
All right.
What category do you like?
Random. Can make it random for me.
Random. Okay.
Yeah, choose. Let's try this.
Wow. This is a very interesting topic. Is splitting is splitting the bill fair, or should people pay for what they ordered? I think this should be
Okay.
under hot takes, actually.
I feel like I need more context though, but
Because we are kind of running out of time, maybe you want us to pick like a different topic because this might be.
What is it?
I said, would you like to pick a different category?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do that.
Let's go with this. Let's go with this.
We should go with this. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm very interested to hear. Your time starts now.
Okay. I think splitting the bill is fair, although it's fine for people to pay for what they ordered. Nevertheless, depends on the context. Splitting the bill is always interesting with friends. That's why I think it's fair. When friends gather together, it's a way to support one another. We understand that not everyone has the same capacity financially, but when we split the bills, we're able to even it out and help one another with whatever we ordered. And that's why I trust my friend's responsibility to order responsibly and not just order what will be above our budget. I remember a dinner sometime last month that I had a couple of my friends, 5 of us. We just decided to hang out, and it was over pizza and a drink. And everyone brought in their contributions. Someone wanted to order juice, and when we did the entire calculation of the milkshake, the pizza, we just split the bills, and it was fun. We had fun for it. I think splitting the bill is actually fair, to be honest. It helps everyone. Actually. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thomas. It's a different perspective. I'm sure if you have friends that are Dutch, they won't have the same perspective as you because you pay for everything you eat. And thank you so much for that take because definitely you should only order the thing that you can pay for. Why should you go overboard? And then you should also ask who is going to pay for this bill? Like, there are different perspectives to it. I don't want to enter do you do 50-50? Let's not talk about it yet. But I like how you put this in perspective. You gave your example, you were able to give a reason for it, and you were able to drive to the point. So I like how you were able to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my 5 volunteers. I like how you were able to structure your thoughts under a short period of time. This is very good. I think I need to go to the comment section because it looks like a lot is going on there. So, 1 second. Okay, where did I miss? Okay, Rhoda, people still have you in mind. We still can hear your perspective on it actually. Success said, if you invite me out, be ready to fund it. If not, let me know ahead of time. Your need for fun should be shouldn't become my emergency. This is a good point. I order Chapman, but if people order Glenn, okay. I hate the splitting bill mentality like mad, yeah. But you don't like you don't like collecting things from people. All right. This has been very, 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 very fun. And like I said, I'm going to drop this link on in the chat below, so that if you need to have if you need to prepare for any interview, or if you need to just if you want to get better at having to speak, you can always use it. It's free. You don't have to register, or you don't have to sign in for anything. Okay, so 1 second, I'm just going to wrap this up. I think I've had a stretch on this.
Who? Mercy.
Please,
Call him
can you
on, or
mute your
call her
mic?
on phone.
Thank you so much. So I'm just
Finish
going
with
to
tell
wrap.
the security. Should I go?
I'm sorry, someone is speaking. Please, can you unmute your can you mute your mic? I keep saying mute your mic. All right. So before we wrap this up, I'm just going to give us like a summary of everything that we've said today. 1 second again. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes, I believe you can see my screen. I like how everybody was able to drive their points, and everybody was able to, use the framework. I like how you didn't even use the example that I gave. You said yes, you said you did your own thing, and it didn't sound like you were under pressure. So again, if you have to use this framework, always use, structure your points. The points, you say the points first, give your reason, give your example, and then you say the points again. Okay. So like I said, this is the summary of everything we've been saying today. You can screenshot this, you can, always check it out on the internet. It's out there for everybody to use. Lead with your main message, give your why. Always ask yourself your why. Even in life, generally, I'm going to go deeper. Even in life, generally, you should know you should have a why for what you are doing, right? And even if you don't know what you are doing, you have a reason for what you are doing. Yeah. And then the E says you need to give an example, make it very relatable, make it short, don't go here and there, and then you close with a very strong point. Thank you so much. We all survived. As you see, we are not dead. You know that meme, right? We are not dead. We finished up until now. We're able to speak without a script, and we're able to speak spontaneously. So please do not forget this. Prep, points, reason, example, and then your points. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much everyone for joining. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to drop my mic now and take a sip of tea.
Thank you so much, Bolu and Isaac. That's actually very valid. Farmers are better than doctors. Oh, I think the one that even got me annoyed the most is money or education is better than money. Money. I think some people are still angry about that topic too now. Oh my goodness, this was such an exciting one. Bolu, please can we get your slides? They're so simple and they're also very easy to digest. So yeah, T Max is asking. I'm guessing it's T Max the game master that's asking, not Thomas Markinwa. So yeah, know how you respond to that question. All right. So at this point, we'll be taking questions. If you have any questions, I can see the feedback pouring in the chat. It's actually been a very, very amazing session. Amazing session. If you didn't get to try, like I need you guys to check the link and try it out. It's really amazing to be able to practice, speak in front of a mirror, and then record yourself. Yes, you can record yourself. I think it's creepy, but yeah, record yourself. All right, so at this point, we'll take questions. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box, and then I would also pick them from there. Bolu is going to be here to take questions for the next 10 minutes, thereabout, and then we would um, fix that. Yep. Okay, so the first question I have that I'll be asking from this end here is that in a case whereby for you communication is not just fluency, but being able to communicate in a way that the person listening understands. So I'll give an example. We had a member of our staff who would have very bright ideas, but our boss just did not get what he was saying. So, and it was later on we found out. So, for example, we're having a strategy meeting, and then it was giving a very bright suggestion that, oh, we can actually get, what if we create an app? And to be honest, she did not get what he was saying. She was like, oh, okay. Like, how does the musical instrument work in this case? We're talking about tech, right? And then he kept on saying hap. So she was hearing the musical instrument, right? And it was, to be honest, I obviously could not relate. I knew what he was saying from the onset. But in a case whereby it's not just even a case of, oh, I have my idea, but it's how to pass it across that is the blocker. What would you recommend in that instance for that person to to prioritize? Because to be honest, this person literally had to be let go because the boss barely understood anything he was saying, even if he had bright ideas. So at this point, it's very funny laughing for me, but this is a serious problem. So, um, what would be your immediate like priority or recommendation in this case?
All right. Why I actually Googled was I saw Rhoda's comment. She said beg Ududua to leave them alone. Honestly, I feel like I want to assume that this person is a Yoruba person. No shades. I'm also Yoruba, precisely from Ibadan or something. No shades to them. I think that if this person has good friends around them, they can always ask for um what they think about how they speak, right? Most times I feel like a lot of people would, if the person is my friend though, at some point I'll say, ha, you will be conscious of it and you would want to, work on it. But that is more of a intonation problem. I don't think your intonation should also how do I say it? I don't think your intonation should affect you passing your message across. And I believe that the conversation they had must have been scheduled. So you had time to prepare, to also give examples. You can even laugh at yourself when you're even saying it. You say, oh, sorry, I don't mean the instruments. I mean the so first, I think you need to be very self-aware of the fact that your intonation can always jump out at some point, and you're conscious to also, make sure that you don't mislead people on what you are trying to say. That's what I think. So again, you have to prepare for the conversation, be self-aware of the fact that you have that. And it doesn't make you less better than anybody, like I said doesn't make you less better than anybody. It just means that you need to understand that you have that, but you need to let people understand that it's not, this is what I mean, not the instruments. Right. I don't think anybody can, but sure, I can't say, but it takes working on. You have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bolu, for that. And thank you, Gabi, self-awareness. So the next question that I have here is, okay, I think that can also be before, after hand, just send a typed version of their ideas. Okay, that could also work, to be honest. So the other question I want to ask is that what practical tips can people take, especially knowing that we have very busy lives, to improve on correct pronunciations in terms of like all the right words or even like broadening our vocabulary bank and all of that? Because we pay much attention to that when we're in school, but when we leave school and we're facing life and life is life in, we barely have a window for that. So what practical ways can people invest in building their vocabularies and also learning their pronunciations correctly?
It's very simple. Read and keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. I think that the way the world is going now, you can't say you don't know anything at this point. You have AI, different types, Claude AI, ChatGPT. Gemini, name them. There are a lot of these things that can help you boost, your confidence when you speak. So you can't say you have a problem and then you're just sitting down with it. First, it's good that you know that you don't know, right? When you know that how do they say it? It's good that you know that you don't know. If you don't know that you don't know, that's where there is a problem. But it's good that you are again self-aware to know that you have you want to learn something, right? So what I think you should do is to learn. There are several ways you can learn on different platforms. You know, also, I would say you need to also be able to do the work for yourself. Yes, a lot of people put out a lot of videos, a lot of content, and all those things. Once you watch them, you also need to do your own due diligence to also go and research and find out, is this actually true? I hope I'm not being sold a lie here. So what I would recommend to do is to learn, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. We don't know it all. Nobody knows everything. We keep learning, unlearning, relearning. Read books, watch movies. Yes, watch movies, listen to podcasts. Keep learning, basically.
Thank you very much, Bolu. Like you added the books and movies at the end. Others, how would you get correct pronunciation from reading like paper book? Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for that. Okay, so we have a question here. Given my job, I have to filter loads of my thoughts and ideas to accommodate my audience. In an impromptu situation where I have to respond to someone, my actual response is not offensive, but I know the give culture of where I'm at, right? I know I have to filter. Okay, how do I navigate that? I promise you, I'm sure you get the question. I think I missed it halfway or something like that. But yeah, in an important situation whereby she's having to filter her thoughts and also manage the cultural context and all of that. So how exactly would you recommend navigating?
Rhoda, I 100% understand you. Like, especially, excuse me, especially for people who live in the diaspora. Most times they say like a lot of Nigerians speak very fast, or they can't really hear what we are saying. So I think what you can do, or I believe what you can do is understand the environments that you are in. Again, self-awareness, right? Understand the environments that you are in. Do they have they complained about not hearing, or what exactly are they complaining about? And then you decide on how you want to communicate with them. So rather than having to chat with them, maybe talk to them face to face, or try to expatiate it, because sometimes when you even when you're typing, I sometimes think that when somebody types something to me, you know they might not actually mean what they mean. Like, it might not come out the way they read it in their head, might be different from how I read it in my own word. So sometimes if you sense that somebody is not clear as to what they are saying, you can as well just say, oh, do you want us to jump on a call on this so I can explain my ideas better, right? Or would you like me to come over to your office to explain what I think about it? You know, that way you'll be able to understand. I believe they'll be able to understand you clearly and not, um, you know, miss the interpretation of what you mean, right? I'm trying to read the question again where I have to respond to someone. Yeah. So again, self-awareness, because the cultures are
For
different.
instance,
Okay.
sorry. For
Yeah, yeah,
instance, in a
please go ahead.
situation where they use, oh, could you? Can you? Honestly, I don't want to. At the top of my head, I don't want to. So they have this, I don't know, this blindsiding idea, and they just use could you. They want you to do it. So just say, oh, can you do this? Or just do this for me. But you say, could you, can you? And I'm like, no, I can't. I don't want to. But because of the situation that we're in and giving the cost of first of the sponsor my visa, so let's not go there. But trying to then express what I actually think, because I know that they wouldn't, I don't know, they won't understand where I'm coming from. I don't know.
So
It just
I 100% get what you mean, because if it's like borderline, how do they say it? Like they're trying to see where they're trying to actually
Yeah,
get to you.
push your
Yeah,
button.
yeah, I get what you mean. And honestly, this is where boundaries also comes to play, right? They know that once you have given them the no from first, they know that they can't come and approach you again with that kind of thing. Yoruba will say, "Ma fi ilokulo me," right? You can't once you already set that boundary as to, oh, this is what I take and this is what I can do, you can't be giving me, I know what I'm supposed to do, I know what my KPI is on, what I'm supposed to do. You can't come and be giving me something else to do. That's not to say you cannot be proactive. Please don't get me wrong, because sometimes you need to show, you need to also put a face, you need to be confident, you need to show that you know this, and you need to do a step more than what these guys do, right? So I think what you should do is let them understand the things that you can take and the things that you cannot take. Yeah. So that's what I
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so this question here, okay, let me ask the one in the chat first, then I'll come back. When I text, I leverage emojis and quotation marks well. I dislike being misunderstood or misunderstanding someone because of the flatness of text message, and there's only so much assumptions we can make to understand.
So what I'm trying to say is there's only so much, like if someone sends something, you can go, could they mean this? Could they mean that? Could they mean that? At some point you have to just pick one and go, and it
Or why
might be
don't you
wrong.
just call them
No,
and
it's
get
not
the
everybody you
context?
can just call. No, like I'm saying when I text or when they text. So what I'm saying, until you finally call, right? The initial process of understanding can be stressful. I'm just talking about the limitations of text and hence
Yes.
for a call or to be as expressive as possible to really communicate well. It's a skill that needs to be learned also how to communicate in writing that you're really
Yes.
understood.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So that someone does not misunderstand the love emoji for another thing. Or there's this emoji that is like this. So you don't misunderstand what the emojis mean. I really I understand what you mean. Thank you, Thomas, for that. Yes. It can be very
Thank you so
challenging.
much. And
Sorry,
to be honest,
what
I
if we
think
use
half of the
sticker?
time, people actually have assumptions on what the emojis
Sorry,
are. Who's that?
sorry,
Also, that sounds like
success.
Osho's voice.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was saying, what if we use sticker?
I
You
do
use
use
sticker.
stickers and I enjoy
Okay,
it.
okay, okay,
So
okay, okay.
I mean, it also comes to the person that you are texting with. There are some certain people that can't use some certain stickers for, because I know how to explain myself. Do you understand? It also boils down to the person that you are speaking with. You need to
Fair
understand.
point.
Yeah, you need to understand the person that that you are communicating with, or even if you don't understand. Honestly, I 100% would say calls are the best because you are able to express yourself, but where you have limited opportunity, I mean, people also make voice notes, if you cannot type, you can just, if the person cannot pick up on time, you can also, express yourself on voice notes. But most importantly, understand who you are speaking with because it's not everybody that you can use certain stickers for. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I feel like if we even want to go even the route of emojis right now, the amount of confusion emojis gives these days, you get amazed. I think it was when I saw this, someone posted an RIP something, and then someone really dropped this, laughing out loud emoji with the tears. And in the person's mind, it was actually a crying emoji. I'm like, okay, out of very, very out of place. Okay, so actually stickers can be tough, right? And then you would explain tire, to be honest. But in a space whereby a lot of people, I find that a lot of people actually have more like call anxiety. Like even when their phone rings, it's like, oh my god. And so a lot of people on this call literally have their phones on DND or silent all the time. I know you guys are here, right? We are here, right? So I think the last question now would be that we've emphasized a lot on um, verbal communication, communication with words, communication with tone and everything. What other parts of like communication should we also pay attention to? And I'm asking this because I was recently on an interview panel, and you'll be amazed that after we finished shortlisting everyone based on technical skills, all experience, the person we picked was picked because she smiled a lot in the interview and she had a very comely countenance. To be honest, that was the reason why I was like, oh yeah, no, I like her. She's very, and I'm like, okay, now your smiling is a requirement to be employed. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to also hear your take.
High success. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I did get your last question, please.
Okay, I said I wanted to hear your take on other forms of communication that Gloria said the kids start smiling. Other forms of communication to prioritize, even as we take note of our words and tone and all of that. Yeah.
Honestly, I really do think that smiling actually works. I mean, it's because it makes the other person feel comfortable, you know. But also you need to understand who you're speaking with again. I think this awareness also has a huge part to play because I stay in a place where people don't smile often. So if I start to smile too much, you'll be like, "Ah, what's so funny? You know, why are you smiling so hard, right?" So you need to get the balance of understanding the person that you're talking with and understanding what the whole situation is like. No, read the room basically. So is this somewhere that I can, not smile 100% and you're just laughing and even you start to feel weird to you? Or is it a place where, you know, I smile, but I'm also articulating my thoughts in a way that the message, the cocoa, the reason why we are here, I'm passing it across. As much as smiling can also help, you need to also build self-awareness skills. You need to understand, the people that are around you. You need to build social skills also. Trust me, I'm not that kind of. If you see me on the road, you know that I'm a very quiet person. But if I have to do something, if I'm given a task to do, I have to come out of my comfort zone to be able to do that. So balance, balance is key. All right, but smiling works.
Thank you so much. Okay, Tim Max, can you hear me? You can go. You have your hands up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to chip in on that. So something happened yesterday. I think in addition to that, maybe not just smiling, but I've always heard that communication is more verbal communication is like 30%, but the non-verbal communication is like 70%. Makes 70% a lot difference in what you're saying. So apart from what you're saying, if it's like spoken communication or where you are with someone, apart from what you're saying, people are looking at the eyes, they're looking at the. So an MC yesterday said, "A round of applause, keep the energy or keep the energy." And someone beside me said, "Even your own energy is not telling me, like, your face is so plain and not even showing any emotion. And how am I supposed to be inspired to keep my energy up?" And right there, it was a lesson. If I want you to emote, I will emote to um bring that in you. So I believe like the person smiling is creating a comfortable room. But as Bolu said, you also need to read the room. Like, I think there's a way you can actually always have a smile or a hint of smile on your face that gives that approachability and makes people comfortable speaking with you. Right. When I'm working at church, for instance, my people will say that I'm always frowning. I'm like, I'm looking around, seeing what's working, I was not working. So since then, I'm like, okay, you know what? I always have a hint of smile on my face. So even if you can't approach me, you can just say hi when you're passing. So I think non-verbal communication is king in it, and we need to master it. Thank you.
Sorry, so I think I
100%
need
I
to say
agree.
something as well. Can you
Okay.
hear me, please? Yeah.
Yes.
So there was a time I was having an interview with an employer. So I was like the recruiter in that space. So this lady came in and she was smiling all through. And what the employer said was that he said he does not want her because as she was talking, she was just smiling and smiling. So it was becoming uncomfortable. Yeah, something like that. Right. So the person didn't pick her. So for me, the smiling of a thing, probably if you find a balance in it, shall to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I said, you need to find a balance to it, right? Thank you, Temitope, for that example. You need to find a balance to it. You can't be smiling and be saying rubbish now. Like, you need to come correct too. If you are coming for an interview, you have to be prepared. So you are prepared, you know what to say, you have all your points, and you're smiling. Of course, they will pick you. But if you're smiling and you're like, you're making it very weird for everybody. Okay, is this a smiley competition? But then it might just be that the recruiter also had a bad day. Maybe his wife did not give him food to carry to work. It could be anything. It could be anything. But just make sure that you have done your best. You have prepared for whatever you're going to. If you are going for, okay, let's even take this because I feel like we've been going very socially. If we are going to say in a work setting, you have to come with your 100%. You have to be prepared. You have to be productive. You have to like bring your A game. You can't go into a meeting without being prepared. Even if the meeting is impromptu, I want to believe that you are competent at your work, right? So everybody will even look, they would always want to hear from you because you have a smile and the things that you're saying actually does make sense. So, like I said, let's balance everything. Come correct and smile. Good combo.
Please, sorry, one more thing, please.
Okay.
Okay. So for me, when I was starting my career, I used to be someone who smiles, I'm calm, something like that. But my colleagues took advantage of it. So they see you because you smile, you're always happy as somebody that is like somebody that cannot talk. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Because you smile, you're calm. So they see you as someone that is not tough, so they can do anything with you because of that. So I've actually learned the hard way because what they did to me taught me that I don't care anymore. So if I'm in any place, I don't used to shine my though I still laugh, I still keep that, but I read the room before I shine my teeth. Something like that. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah.
So, Temitope, there's also a way you can smile and also get your message across. Can we smile and say, "Oh no, you don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that." Like you're setting boundaries. Like you're already
Yeah.
making people know that no, don't bring that my way. Thank you very much. Please don't do that. Okay. I hope you're all right.
With
You
the
can
smile,
always,
exactly.
yeah, there's a way,
Yeah.
there's a way you can always do that.
I hope you're all right for
Thank
me.
you.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Ogabaya. Ogabaya has his hands up.
Okay, yes, thank you. I just wanted to respond to what Temitope just said. I think we should, our focus should always be to stick with what is right and the right values rather than what people think. We live in a divided world where people think, you know what, smiling, it's a sign of being a weak person or being playful. Some people also see that, oh, when you smile, it means that you are assertive, you're approachable, you're a kind person. One thing that I've also realized is that when it comes to leadership, perception is reality. What do I mean by that? The way people see you is the way they think about you. Yes, they might be wrong, but the world does not care. It's how people see you that they will rate you. So, as much as possible, whatever you are thinking about, let it show externally. So, for example, I heard Tim Max say that, oh, probably in church, people say that, oh, why is this guy always frowning and all? And what he's trying to do is trying to ensure that the church and everything is in the right setting. How about, you walk around, you smile, oh, okay, is this okay? Is this not okay? Like you speak about what exactly you are thinking about. And that is basically where you can tell yourself that, oh, yes, so what I'm thinking about is what I'm executing. So whatever people perceive you to be is actually who you are. That's very, very important. And when you get into interview setting and general setting, I think it's a little smile would not hurt. I've actually been at the receiving end of someone thinking, oh, I'm cocky or probably I'm proud or, I'm just reserved because I didn't smile. I was giving my straight A game face of being serious. The world is too the world is too tough for you to be frowning all the time. So a little smile will not hurt, irrespective of whatever the challenge is. Just smile. Let people see that, oh, you know what? Yeah, they are not alone and you don't have everything figured out as well. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Agabayo. Thank you so much. So at this point, we're getting to the end of this session. Sadly, there's been so much fun. So I will just hand over to Bolu before I come back in. Any last words that you want to tell us to keep in mind? Like just the final thing that if we forget everything that happened today, what exactly should we not forget from this session?
What I would like you not to forget is you don't have to say so much. You can always hit your points, but make sure that you know what you know. Speak confidently. Have a structure in your mind, like you know what you want to say. Even when you don't know what to say, it's okay to take a pause before you speak. Don't rush to have conversations. The loudest voice does not mean that what you are saying is actually correct, you know. So just keep things simple. That's what I'll say. Keep things simple.
Thank you so much, Bolu. Thank you so much. The conversation has been so insightful. The comment section has been buzzing. The thoughts and ideas from everyone. A big thank you to everyone that is here. Bolu's prayer warriors, Bolu's hype men and women in the room. We are literally going to say thank you over and over again. This has been such an insightful session, and I'm very excited that we're actually keeping to time, right? So we are meant to wrap this up by 12, and I would still say again, please follow us on social media. We are actually, yeah, don't worry. Bolu is right. She's signing off, right? Yeah, you're going to sign autographs. So just reach out to her. Don't worry, she's here for you.
I'll sign it
So
for you.
please
Don't worry, Rhoda.
make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. Like I said, a breakfast meeting is just one out of many amazing things that we're doing. And it will be very exciting to see everyone plugged in. We are sweet underscore online on IG. Check us there. And I already shared our website earlier, and you can always go in and plug in. We are coming up with exciting sessions or programs, even in the month of May, both here in Nigeria, also prepping in Canada. So many things happening, to be honest. And then breakfast meeting happens every month virtually. Please look out for the information. We'll definitely send you messages. I want to see a thumbs up. Raise your hand if you're following SWE online at the moment. If you're following SWI, thumbs up, raise your hands, everything. I want to see, because you cannot miss what's coming up in the next couple of months. Perfect. I'm seeing hands. I'm just leave your hands up. Let me be sure. Just leave it up. I want to see those that are culprits. So if you are following Sui at the moment, please raise your hand. You can do a thumbs up instead. Let me see. So if you're not currently following Sui on Instagram, please do follow Sui on Instagram. There's so much that we're pushing out in this period, and then we're literally living out our mission, and we're excited to see you as part of it. For those of you that have not been with us for a while and then you came back today, welcome home. We hope to see you more often. So with this, I'd say we'll wrap it up for today. Thank you everyone once again, and have a very, very restful weekend. All right, thank you, Gloria. So you have the link to our Instagram account, so profile. So please click on that and just click follow. Amazing. So just click on that, follow, so that you are up to date as to what's happening. I'm telling you this because we are having amazing stuff coming up in the next couple of months, and you don't want to miss it. You definitely want to plug in. So thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Alabi. We appreciate you for showing up here for us today. I know your prayers. Your prayers are worked. We can actually see it. Thank you so much, Ma.
That's my mom.
Yeah, no, before now with full chest. All right.
Thank
So
you.
have a blessed weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.